This is your love and relationship reading for June 2018. I'm shuffling the cards, so let's cut them and see what's going on. Alright, the first card I have is a Four of Swords. This is a Seven of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. Six of Cups reversed. I have a Five of Cups. This is an Eight of Wands. King of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. So we have some eights here. And then a Ten of Cups. Interesting. You know what's catching my eye right now are the swords. And I'm also noticing you know, you have two pentacles, that King of Pentacles in your future, and a Seven of Pentacles. And I'm kind of looking at this little sandwich here. The Pentacle sandwich. The Four of Swords, it's about retreat and hiding or taking a break, right? And then you have that Knight of Swords, who's actually coming towards this Seven of Pentacles here. The Knight, which is about action, of course. Knights, they go to war. I see this need for some type of discussion, figuring things out. It feels as if things are confusing right now and you don't know why. So returning to this Pentacle sandwich, you might be waiting on something. And of course, pentacles are your energy here, that nice slow earth energy. And you're like, where did this person go? Are they hiding? Are they coming back? Someone is missing in action with that Four of Swords. And this Knight of Swords, which is approaching you, I don't know if it's about a particular person, but if it was, Knight of Swords would represent an air sign, of course. And I feel like this Knight of Swords is, and it's usually associated with Gemini, but usually a Knight of Swords I usually associate it with very charismatic air signs and people who are able to woo you with words and things like that. But I'm kind of feeling that with you, you know, with the wand, just waiting, like, what's going on? I'm tired of waiting. I'm confused. What is this person's intentions? So I kind of feel like this Knight of Swords is is about communication, a need for communication, and maybe some of you are trying to contact this person, or maybe you and this person are having some communication issues. So that's what I'm kind of feeling right here with these first three cards from the past heading into the month of June. Now, when we get here, we get some water energy, and just like the swords, you have quite a bit of it. You have a Six of Cups reversed, and this has been showing up quite a bit. This is always about, in relationship readings, someone from the past making an appearance. Maybe it could be a reunion, but this is delayed. So it's sort of reinforcing what I'm seeing here, waiting, waiting patiently, in spite of the confusion or the communication issues. But here in the middle of your spread, you do have that Five of Cups, which is about having regrets or missing someone or losing something, and you're just focused on what you lost instead of focusing on what you have, because you, in the Five of Cups, 3 cups are lost, but you still have 2 cups standing. So sometimes this Five of Cups is about just being too wrapped up in your feelings and needing to move on, and just trust that everything is okay. Sometimes that Five of Cups can mean a little bit of depression, but I feel that with the Seven of Pentacles, for some of you Virgos, that emotionally you kind of just feel a little bit out of it because the relationship, for some reason, has come to a standstill. But here's the interesting thing, and you have 2 8s. And 8 is always the number of needing to transition and sometimes change and getting past confusion. So this is intriguing here, because when the 8 of Wands comes along, the 8 of Wands is seen as the arrows of love. Sometimes it can mean waiting for a communication, and that communication finally comes through. It's almost like getting a surprise, okay? And so the number 8 is important. Sometimes it's about regeneration and finding ways forward. Same thing with that 8 of Swords. We have a need to take the blindfold off. We're confused, we don't know what's going on, and we need to take the blindfold off to see that we can always choose to move in a different direction. We don't have to be stuck. So with this 8 of Wands here, there's an interesting shift with all the stalling and waiting with the 4 of Swords and the 7 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups and the 6 of Cups reversed. Lots of stalling with those 4 cards. So then we come to this quick fire energy of the 8 of Wands, and maybe a mini surprise, maybe something you didn't find out, you know, a special message, if you will. So things might pick up heading towards the middle of June. By the time you get here to the future, you have the stability of that King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is associated with Taurus. 8 of Swords, still a little bit of confusion here. And this King of Pentacles could be a person of interest here. Following that 8 of Wands and that dramatic shift, that surprise, you have that King of Pentacles here who is stable. It could actually mean a physical meeting, perhaps. Kings are rulers, they make decisions, but there's still a little bit of confusion here. And maybe there's a choice that you have to make, but you have to pull the blindfold off. You have to see what's going on. So these 2 swords are important, and they tell me a lot, because you go from 4, the 4 is doubled to 8. So with the 4 of Swords, someone hiding, someone, maybe a breakup, maybe someone has disappeared, missing in action. And then the 8 of Swords, we're getting more of the swords here. The 4 is doubled, and now we're still a little bit confused and we need reassurance. But then we get this 10 of Cups, which is a lovely card, because of course this is the happily ever after card. And sometimes when I do see this card, I do see marriage. So this could be about, for some of you, a marriage that was stuck, and a long-term relationship as well. Some confusion about where this King of Pentacles might stand on a relationship. But it can also mean, for some of you, a resolution. Okay? A resolution about a relationship where you and this person finally get on the same page. I'm going to go ahead and pull an outcome card to just basically get more perspective on how this is turning out. Okay. This is a Nine of Cups. And this is a very social card. Now it's interesting that you go from 10 down to 9. That the 9 is also, the 10 is about completion and moving on. But then there's a 9 to where you're still, you're taking a step back. But this is still a lovely card because it's about being with loved ones. It's a very social card. It's about meeting friends and family and just being around people that you love. And I kind of feel like maybe that is what's going to happen for some of you. That, there was a dry period in the relationship, but near the end, a lovely energy is coming in to where you and another person are going to be able to emotionally connect again. So I would not be sad about this. I just feel like some of you Virgos, especially with that Seven of Pentacles, have been waiting and just trying to understand what's going on. It's all in a big fog and you've been a little depressed. You don't know where the relationship is going. And then suddenly with this 10 of Cups heading into the 9 of Cups, you get a little bit of reassurance and you're like, oh, so this is what's going on. And you might feel a little bit more happier, and you might even say to yourself, what was I worrying about? So that was my reading. Thank you so much for your support. Last month I mentioned I was a little bit under the weather with health issues and work issues, and I had to really cut down my availability for readings to basically 24 hours a week. Friday afternoons to Saturday nights or Saturday afternoons. But I do appreciate your concern and your support. And if you would like to support me, check out my Patreon link. If you want to be a sponsor for just $1 a month, that would be great. At any rate, thank you again. I look forward to reading for you next month. And as always, I wish you love and light.